أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون. Dear friends, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I recited Surah Baqarah Ayat number 183. So in this ayat, Allah tells us about the fasting, because fasting is compulsory for us. And the 5 pillars of Islam. Out of 5 pillars of Islam, fasting is the fourth pillar of Islam. So that is explained in it, that fasting is compulsory on you in the month of Ramadan. So that is very important for us. And the next ayat also explains about the fasting. So we started today about the fasting. So fasting is compulsory on the people who are with Iman. So we read first, Allah said, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu, O people with Iman, O believers. Kotiba mean it has been written. When something is written by Allah, it means that thing is compulsory for us. So we have to do at all cost. So kotiba is, it is compulsory alaikum, upon you. Siyam is the plural of Saum. Saum mean fasting. So fasting of one day is Saum, and Siyam is fasting plural. So Allah said, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu, O believers, O people with Iman, kutiba alaykumus siyamu. Fasting is compulsory upon you. You have to keep fasting. It is compulsory upon you. Kama kotiba, kama, as it was. Kotiba mean it was written, or it was compulsory, as it was compulsory alallazina, on the people, min qablikum, who were before you. And it was also compulsory upon the people who were before you. It means the people who came before you from Adam alayhi salam till the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the fasting was also compulsory upon them. But the fasting was, we don't know how much was for compulsory, like 1 month, half month, how many days, and what was the condition of that. But Allah knows about that one. But we understand from this ayat that fasting was also compulsory for those people who were before us, from Adam alayhi salam till Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And next, at the end, Allah tells us what is the outcome of the fasting, what Allah wants when the people they are fasting, and what will be the benefit of that. So Allah said, لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ, so that you may become righteous person, the muttaqeen person. So it means Allah wants to make us a righteous person. So the muttaqeen person, who have fear of Allah, who hate the evils, who love the good deeds. So that Allah wants to bring in us the love of good deeds and the hatred of the bad deeds with the fear of Allah. So that is the main thing that Allah wants to keep in us. So this way fasting is also compulsory. Allah tells us in this ayat. So if you look in when the Holy Prophet ﷺ, he migrated from Mecca to Medina, and in the second year, or second year, when the Hijrah second year, so this fasting became compulsory, Alhamdulillah. And this is like, if we are just to look about the fasting in Islam, if we fasting in Islam, if we look in that one, so we understand throughout the whole year there or 5 days fasting is haram in Islam. 5 days fasting is completely haram in Islam. Like first is the Eid ul Fitr day. So day of the Eid ul Fitr is haram. Like the fasting on Eid day, Eid ul Fitr day is haram. So this way, I request all the scholars who are just to celebrate Eid on one day and other people who are celebrating on the next day, they are fasting, and the fasting is haram on the Eid day. So this way, I request all the scholars from belonging to every sector that they should consolidate, they should come at one point at one day, so that the whole Muslim of a country must celebrate Eid in one day. So there will be no chances that if we can see like one person is celebrating Eid one day and other is celebrating on the next day. So it means that person is fasting. So the fasting on the Eid day is totally haram in Islam. So it means if some people goes to those people who are fasting and say you are fasting and this is haram and this is the way of shaitan, and then what will happen? They will try fighting start, then problem start. So who is doing this one? This is fitna, and this is produced by the ulama akram, and the people who follow, like some people follow Saudi Arabia, some people follow some countries, some people follow that one. But the Holy Prophet ﷺ said that a country where you are living, or area or place where you are living, you have to look at the moon. If you find the moon, that place, then you have to start fasting or you have to end fasting. So this is the main thing that comes from the hadith. Also we have to follow. If we come together at one platform, then is very important. Then otherwise it is a warning for all the people who are the scholars and who follow blindly to Saudi Arabia, who follow blindly to their own countries. Those people at the day of judgment, it will be very hard for them to face Allah, because in Sharia, in Islam, what the Holy Prophet ﷺ said, that you have to stay where you are living, at that area, at that place, you have to look at the moon. If you find the moon, then Alhamdulillah, you have to start fasting. If there is no moon, then you have to keep fasting the next day. So that is the thing. So we have to agree on one point, all the scholars, that they should sit at one place and then they decide. Otherwise the day of judgment will be very hard, because one group of the people who are celebrating Eid and other people, they are fasting. So it means they are doing the wrong thing, because the Prophet ﷺ said the fasting on Eid day is haram. So what they are doing then? And the shaitan also fast on the day of Eid. So what they are shaitan then? What you will say about them? And this way the people who are celebrating Eid, if that day was the fasting day, and if that day was the fasting day, so those people have eaten up one day. So it means you can see the fasting of one day, if you are not doing, so what will happen? The fasting of one day, if you are not doing, like the fasting is compulsory in Ramadan. So if you knowingly, if you leave fasting one day, it mean, or you break up the fasting, so you have to keep on fasting 2 months regularly. So that is kafara for that one. So what will happen to those people? Allah has given one day and they are not keeping that one, and then they are celebrating Eid. At the day of judgment, Allah will ask them, because this is the right of Allah, that you have to keep fasting on that day, but you have missed. It means you cheat Allah, you deceived Allah. So at the day of judgment, Allah will ask, because this day was fasting day, why you celebrated Eid that day? And then they will have to face Allah. So this way the best thing is that one, that all the scholars of every sect, they have to sit at one point and they have to decide the Eid al-Fitr in area, in country, and one day. So then this problem will finish. So this way, I request to all the scholars, all the people who are the responsible, so they have to sit together so that the fasting must be done regularly according to Islam, with unity, with a nice way, so to make Allah happy and to happy Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So I was explaining, then this came in, and on the way this I explained this one. So the fasting is like 5 days fasting is haram in Islam throughout the whole year. The one day is the Eid ul Fitr. So the fasting on the day of Eid ul Fitr is haram. Second, the fasting on the day of Eid ul Adha. Eid ul Adha, like the fasting on Yawm Tashriq. Ayam Tashriq. Ayam Tashriq mean when we have to read Tasbih Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Walillahil hamd. After salah, every salah we have to read aloud this one. So those are the days, like they start from the 10th of Zulhajj, 11th of Zulhajj, 12th of Zulhajj, and 13th of Zulhajj. So it means the month of Hajj, the 10, 11, 12, and 13, the 4 days. So these 4 days, the fasting is haram. So the fasting is haram on these 4 days, and the fasting is haram on Eid al Fitr. So total 5 days fasting is haram in Islam. And then we have to look the fasting in other days, like in hadith it comes that ayam bayz mean like the when Adam alayhi salam came in this world, and there was sunshine, and his body that was white and nice, mashallah, with nur in Jannah, that with the light and the sunshine it became dim, and he requested Adam alayhi salam to Allah, and then Allah said you have to keep fasting. And when he started fasting, it was the day like 13th of Islamic month. Then he started fasting on 13th, then 14th, then 15th. Then when he has done on 3 days, then at the end of the third day his body became same as it was in Jannah. It became white with nur, nice, mashallah, good, beautiful. So this way, these 3 days, this is called fasting, and we call it ayam bayz. Bayz mean like the days we are fasting every Islamic month, 13, 14, and 15. So of days, 15, 13, 14, 15 of every Islamic month we have to keep fasting, and that is called ayam baz fasting. And if we do that one, that is also rewardable, but it is not compulsory, but it is optional. But it will make our it will give us reward from Allah, inshallah. So then after that, we have some other fasting, like Sunnah fasting of Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam also was keeping fasting on the 13th, 14th, 15th also. But Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam also was having fasting on every week, 2 days a week, like on Monday and Thursday. So the Monday and Thursday, the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was to fast. So he said, because fasting on Monday I do because it is my birthday. And the other revelation comes that the Monday and the Thursday, these are the 2 days, the angels who are on our shoulders, they have to write down our good deeds and bad deeds, and the shifting of these angels takes place before the before sunset. So this way, those angels, they have to leave the person, they go to Allah. So when they goes to Allah, and then Allah ask them that how did you find my slave? And they request Allah, oh Allah, we found your slave he or she was fasting. So then Allah say, okay, as-sawmu li wa ana ajzi bihi. So fasting is for me and I am the reward for them, so I will forgive their sins. So the sins of the persons are forgiven because of these two fasting. So these are very important. This way the fasting on Monday and Thursday is rewardable. It makes our small sins forgiven by Allah and very important for us. If we have to make the habit to keep on fasting on Monday and Thursday, every Monday, every Sunday, every Monday and every Thursday, so it is rewardable also. It will purify us from the small sins also, and also we can get the reward also, and sunnah of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam also. So we have to get so many rewards. So Alhamdulillah is very important. And other days fasting according to Sharia of Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So we have to join 2 days. Like for example, if you want to keep on fasting on Saturday, you have to join the next day, like Friday and Saturday, or you have to take the Friday, Saturday and Sunday. If you want the fasting like on Wednesday, then you have to take 2 days, like Wednesday and Thursday, or Tuesday and Wednesday. So you have to take 2 days, because otherwise the fasting in one day, it is called makruh. So that is the thing. So this way we have to keep the fasting on 2 days. So that is nice. And similarly, if you look when the fasting order came, and before that, the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, when he came to Medina, and that time the Jews in Medina, they were fasting, and the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam asked them why they are fasting, and they told that this is the day when Allah. Uh, Allah gave them freedom from the Pharaoh. So this way we are fasting as a thank. We are This is fasting of thankfulness. So we are thanking Allah just having the fasting. So then Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that we are more near to thankful to Allah, and we are just to keep fast. And then the Holy Prophet ﷺ and the Sahaba, they were also fasting on the 10th of Muharram. And it is also for us necessary, because the Prophet ﷺ also said that we have to do everything against the Jews. So we have to keep on fasting like on every uh, 10th of Muharram, but we have to join the other day also, the 9th. So 9th and 10th Muharram is the best combination. So we have to keep on fasting. So this is also sunnah now. It's not compulsory, because the compulsory fasting came in this ayat. Ya Allah said, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu, O people with iman, kutiba alaykumus siyamu, and fasting is compulsory upon you. Kama kutiba ala allazina min qablikum, as it was compulsory on the people before you, la'allakum tattaqun, so that you may become righteous people, muttaqin. So Allah wants to see us muttaqin. What is fasting? Fasting is just from the dawn. Dawn mean before the morning. So we have to leave eating and drinking and other sexual activities. So then we have to be purified from eating, drinking, sexual actions. So then up to the sunset. After sunset, like Maghrib start, so that is ending of the fasting or breaking time of the fasting. So the fasting mean we have to keep us away from eating, drinking, and from sexual activities from the dawn up to the sunset. So then it is called like a fasting. So we have to look at our deeds also, that we have to keep our tongue away from backbiting, lying, and other actions which are bad, and we have to keep our body parts away from the bad deeds. So we have to do all the things which are good, and lawful according to Sharia of Islam. That is very important for us. So because the fasting is like half patience, so that is very important also. And fasting, it was compulsory on the other prophets also, from Adam alayhi salam till the holy prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So fasting was also compulsory in other ummah also. As you can see, Musa alayhi salam, when he went to Mount Sinai, and he was also fasting up to the 40 days there also. And if you look at the Isa alayhi salam, and he was also fasting, and his companions, they were also fasting also. So the fasting is also very important for us. And it is uh, uh, the fasting is, Allah likes the people who are fasting. And because Allah said, as-sawmu li wa ana ajzi bihi, fasting is for me, and I am a reward of that fasting, so I will give the reward to them also. This way the holy prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that the person who is fasting, he gets two types of happiness. One, he gets happiness when he or she is to find the food at the time of fast breaking, when the fasting finishing time. So the person who eat and drink and find happiness. And the other happiness the person will find when he or she will enter into the door of Jannah, that is Riyan, and that is made for the people who are fasting. So for people who are fasting, they will enter to Jannah through the special door, which is Rayyan. And when they enter, and they will be happy to see Allah there. Alhamdulillah, that is the other happiness. The fasting people, they will get there. Alhamdulillah. So the fasting is also very important. And the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that the person who is fasting, if that person is lying, telling a lie, and also practicing on the lying and cheating, and then Allah has no need of this type of fasting. So Allah don't like fasting like this person who is away from the Islamic thought, like, because he or she is lying, telling a lie, and acting upon this lying also. So Allah's Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that this type of fasting, in which the person is telling a lie, and his actions are showing based on lying, then Allah don't like this type of fasting. So no need the fasting like this. And that is very important. Fasting is very important because a person gets control on his body and activities of the body, and also the deeds of the person becomes under control during the fasting. And the fasting, Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam also said, the fasting is like a shield against the fire of the hell. So that is other very important. And fasting is also very important because all the Muslims, they becomes equal. This fasting gives us the lesson of equality, because all people are fasting. All people, they are not eating, drinking, not doing sexual activity, so they are free from all these things. So they all are doing the same thing, so it means they are fasting. So their actions are equal. Even they go to pray, and at night they pray Salatul Tarawih also, and they also in the daytime and night time, they spend the time just for Allah, all equal. So the Muslims, they become equal. Like the fasting, it gives us the lessons of equality, that the all Muslims are equal. Only the person who is the top person, that is based on taqwa. And as Allah said, inna akramakum indallahi atqakum. So the person who is near to Allah, the top one, are respectful, so is that person who is more muttaqi. So that is very important for us. And fasting is also very important. If you look in the social life, it gives us the sensation of those people who are poor and who are hungry people, and the person understand because everyone is fasting, and in during the fasting people feel the hunger and thirsty, that they understand the people are thirsty, hungry, so they feel, and it makes their mind to open the pocket to give money to help the poor people also. So this is the blessings of the fasting also. And the best thing is that one you can see during the whole year, when a person is eating and drinking, so the fat of the body becomes more, and also sugar concentration inside the body, it becomes more. When the sugary contents are more in the body, it invites the germs inside the body, and different type of diseases are possible to attack on that person's body in which the more sugar is there, because mostly you can see the bacteria, they like the sugar eating, because if in between your teeth, when you are eating some sugary thing, in between the teeth if there is some sugary thing, the bacteria goes there and they try to eat the sugary thing, but sometimes they eat the teeth also. So this way the bacteria and some other germs, they also enter into the body which has more sugary contents. So but during the Ramzan, so the body becomes free from sugary contents, and it becomes very good and nice, and it also have defensive power against the diseases and germs also. So there is the you can say it gives us health, like hunger of the fasting. It is a effective remedy and defensive power against the diseases and the germs of different type of diseases. So that is very important for us also. And fasting is very important because during the fasting a person is just to kill all type of desires which are against Islamic Sharia, and then a person becomes good and nice and pure from all type of things which are bad. And this way it the mind of the person becomes free from all type of bad ideas. So the ideas within the mind, they become pure, they become nice. So the person or every person try to do the good things, and stay away from the evil practices. And sometimes when the person is just to keep his or her eyes upon the past life and look at the evil practice or bad things what the person has done, and then try to cry, and the tears from the eyes come to give witness that this person what has done the bad things is now is before Allah requesting forgiveness and tawbah, and Allah forgives the persons when a person is just to sit and request Allah for forgiveness. That is very important point also. And you can see also when the Ramzan comes and the doors of the sky are open, and the doors of the hell are closed, and shayateen, they went into the prison and then they are locked there. So the Allah's mercies falls on the surface of the earth, and you can see if we pray the nafal becomes equal to the farz. And if we are one farz or one compulsory act, it becomes equal to the 70 farz or 70 compulsory acts. So, and the Holy Prophet ﷺ also said, when a person who is fasting, the smell comes from the mouth of a person who is fasting, even if other people they are just to smell that person, the person hate that one. But Prophet ﷺ said this type of smell that comes from the fasting person's mouth, so Allah likes that, and it is more than the smell of the fragrance that is especially in Jannah. So Allah likes the smell of that person who is fasting. So the fasting is so much rewardable by Allah. And the Prophet ﷺ also said that the person who found the Ramzan, and he was unable to request Allah for forgiveness of his evils and bad things, so that person will be away from the mercies of Allah throughout the life. So this way, if we find Ramadan, so we have to request Allah, and we have to request Allah for forgiveness of our all sins and evils, and so that we must be purified in Ramadan, and Allah will open the door of paradise for us and close the door of hell for us. So that is very important, because the Holy Prophet ﷺ said also, that is revealed by Abu Sa'id Khudri radiallahu ta'ala anhu, that when a person is just to keep fasting of one day, Allah makes the uh, uh, face of that person away from the hell at a distance of 70 years. It means one fasting makes a person away from the hell. How much distance? 70 years away from that. So this way, and the Prophet ﷺ also said that one Ramzan up to the next Ramzan. So if a person is just to do some small sins and those are forgiven, so it becomes like a kafara, to forgive the sins of a person that are committed by the person. The small sins, they are forgiven from one Ramzan to other Ramzan in between that, if they are done by the person. So the Ramzan becomes a kafara, a source of forgiveness of small sins for the people. So that is very important. So the main thing is that we have to look the important point that comes in this ayat, la'allakum tattaqun, at the end. So tattaqun mean, like, it mean, if we have at the end of the Ramazan, we have to look at Lailatul Jaiza. It mean the Eid night, that is Ramazan was good for us. Is Ramzan made us away from the bad things? Is Ramzan gave us love of Allah and Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam? Is in Ramzan we found attraction towards the good deeds? So then we have to keep it, because we must have the fear of Allah throughout our life up to the next Ramzan, and then we have to keep away from the bad things and bad deeds, and also we have to keep our eyes on the good things, and we have to look the things which are good, and keep in our mind the ideas which are good and which are nice and liked by Allah and Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And then we have to make our life all activities according to the Sharia of Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. That is the taqwa. If we gain that one that we gained in Ramzan, we have to apply throughout of our life up to the next Ramzan. So then next Ramzan, if we are alive, then we will get more reward. So then otherwise, if we die, then if we are keeping that taqwa, and that will be the source of our forgiveness in our grave and at the day of judgment, and maybe the source to enter into the paradise. We request Allah for forgiveness of our bad things and evils, and to give us tawfiq to do the good things in this life and life hereafter. And if we have done something wrong, we request Allah for forgiveness, and we request Allah that so you bless Ramadan every time up to our life, and in Ramadan, if we have done something wrong, please forgive us those one, and make Ramadan happy on us, and happy on the other ummah also. And we request Allah that Allahumma aghfir ummati Muhammadin sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allahumma arham ummati Muhammadin sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allahumma aslih ummati Muhammadin sallallahu alaihi wasallam, wa sallallahu ala khairi khalqi Muhammadin wa alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in bi rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin.